Hey guys, welcome back. This is Wise Monkey here. Please share, subscribe, and if you like the video. We'll try to make it a little more audible than the last chainsaw video. So today we'll talk about chainsaw that either hard to start or starts, but when you start to run at a higher RPM, it stalls. So what are the areas that needs to be addressed? So last video showed how to change the carburetor, and so assuming this has a good carburetor, this is a Poulan Pro, but or Poulan Pro, and most of the chainsaws are about same anyway, most of the single stroke engines. So the areas that can go wrong is spark plug, which is right under this cover, and we'll show that this spark plug is actually a new one. Carburetor, we put a new carb, and showed you that the spark, how to check the spark. Engine is good. We can in a third video we'll show how to check the compression of the engine itself. Excuse me. Now just to open this, the problem is it runs fine, but as soon as you put the load, like try to cut it, will stall. So what I am assuming is the coil itself is either rusted or weak, or the gap of this coil is not right anymore. So we will show you how to regap and get the strong spark back. Okay, so stay tuned. So tools needed is a flathead. You can also use a Torx T25, a spark plug socket, but this is not needed actually. You can even use the pliers to open the spark plug, but to avoid damage, this is better. For some tune-up, a Phillips flathead, and that's it. So take these 4 screws out using the or 3 using the flathead, and then there's the 1, 2, 3, 4 there, these side screws. Take these out and remove this. So take the top off and this out. Now check this, look at this. When you try to when you pull it, this is what the excuse me will rotate, and make sure this area, you see these 2 spots, this is clean. If it's not, just sand it slightly. Make sure there's no rust here. It's magnetic. That's the magnet. Now the gap between this surface and the coil, this is the coil here. So the coil, the tip of the coil is here. As it turns, this gap has to be right. It's the rule of thumb is not rubbing on each other, but it's snug. It's like a well, 1/4 of a millimeter gap. Now to adjust that gap, I'm trying to show where's the this is the gap I'm talking about. So with this particular chainsaw, somehow this hold down bolt here, this one, there's another one is here, this one, these 2 probably gotten loose, and the gap was really big. So in our last video where we showed the spark test, you saw the spark was really weak. So to adjust it, you can loosen this one a little bit, and tiny bit. and you can slide it back and forth. You can increase the gap a little more. Yeah, you can slide it back and forth. It's a big gap now. Or visually check the coil. If it's swelling here, the back, or if it's too rusted or cracked, then put a new coil. Show you a new coil. This is what it looks like. This is a new coil, brand new. You can buy it on eBay for I think 15 bucks. $15 is enough. Now this is the surface that needs to be almost touching the surface. That's where the magnet will induce. Basically, it's induced electromagnetism that will generate the spark, and the spark plug will pick it up. To replace the coil, take those two screws out, and there's a pin here that holds this this thing in, and this is the pin. Actually, I just took it out before. This clip, that's not a pin, it's a clip. Just pry it open with a flathead. So take the screws out, pull it out, and disconnect this this clip here. Disconnect the spark plug. Coil is out. As you can see, the new coil. This is an oval shaped hole, both of these. So there's little about 2-3 millimeter area that allows you to move it back and forth once installed to adjust this gap. So that's what I just described previously. So install the new coil. Don't tighten these two screws. Keep them snugly on. As you rotate this, that will actually make the coil to go back a little bit and readjust the gap. If you look up your model, you might find exactly how many thous or millimeters of gap that you have to set here. You can put a gauge, a thin 0.2, 0.5, whatever is the gap. You can put the gauge there and then tighten these two screws if you know the gap needed. If not, then snugly I should just touch a slight gap. So now we'll test the spark. Now remember, don't forget to connect this this wire, because this switch is the cutoff switch. So if it's off, it'll cut off the spark to the coil, spark plug. So now I'll try to check the spark. To check the spark, put the spark plug on, but not into the engine, and touch this outside body of spark plug anywhere here to the engine body. Ground it basically, so the electricity coming from inside inner electrode will be grounded to the body, and you'll see the spark right there. I'll try to show you this. This way, keep it this, and then put the cover back on so that we can try to start it. We can try even with Anyway, I'll show you a better way. So now we put this one back, cover back on, and we'll try to start and show the spark there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There's a spark. There's a strong spark there.
Oh, too hot.
The little guy was trying this. Okay. There's the spark going. Nice strong spark. So now put the spark plug back on and the cover back on. Remember, if the engine is not starting, then either the spark is not there or the fuel is not there or it's flooded. Open the spark plug, check if the spark is there, fuel is missing or not enough. This is provided that the engine itself has enough compression or in good health. We'll show you another day how to check do a quick compression test of any engine. Basically, we'll show on a chainsaw, but it could be trimmer, chainsaw, car, doesn't matter. Okay. When you check for the spark, or do the spark test, make sure this red switch is in the up position, not down. It's up, which corresponds to this on position in the cover. So it has to be on, otherwise there will be no spark. You'll get a false reading. So as you prime, make sure the gas is coming here. As you prime, you should be able to visibly see the gas there. And now you know how to check the spark in the spark plug. Then if it's not starting, then check this, open the spark plug. There should be gas in the spark plug soaked. If not, then carburetor is not letting the gas to go to the engine. Now there could be one possible reason. I'll show you. Open the carb. This is the old one. So there are two major gaskets. One is this one, which was, I think, right on this side. So this gasket and the top one, I removed it. This diaphragm, make sure this diaphragm is not leaking. If this gasket, any of these gaskets are leaking, and there is a third one that goes on the other side. Right here, there's one. In fact, there's a fourth one that's not in the carb, but inside, behind the carb, just before the engine. If these gaskets are leaking, then leaking air, then basically the gasoline pressure will drop, and there won't be enough gas in the combustion chamber. So make sure these are like a new carb will resolve these issues. But if it's not new carb, just clean the old carb and use silicone gasket maker, thin bit of gasket maker on top of it, and put it back. Okay, so hope you like this video and it helps. If not, let me know if there's anything more that you need to know. And please like the video if you like it, share and subscribe for many more to come.